It's the 4th of July, and now is the time for you to enjoy the most classic of American foods. I have 5 perfect recipes for you: a juicy cheeseburger, crispy buffalo wings, a Chicago hot dog, creamy mac and cheese, and homemade ranch. Every recipe is simple, easy to make, and guaranteed to bring that classic backyard cookout feel to your 4th of July. First thing we're gonna be making is our burger, and it comes with a beautiful, delicious burger sauce, but first we have to make the caramelized onions. I'm gonna grab 1 sweet onion and slice it somewhat thin so that way they cook a little faster and caramelize. I'll throw them in a small pot, sprinkling some salt and a little bit of olive oil, giving them a nice little saute and breaking them up. We're gonna cook them at about medium-high to medium heat for about 30 to 45 minutes. I know it's a long time, but trust me, caramelized onions are worth it. They are so delicious. Now you will have to stir them occasionally to make sure they don't stick to the bottom of the pan, and they should look something like this. Technically, they are a little burnt, but that is okay. That's nothing but flavor to me. Now we can make the burger sauce, which in a small container, we're gonna squeeze in half a cup of mayonnaise, followed by 1 tablespoon of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and half a teaspoon of granulated garlic as well. I'm also gonna slice 2 to 3 tablespoons worth of chives, tossing them in there as well, and I'm gonna hit it with our delicious caramelized onions. Give it a very good and thorough mixing, and now this is your insanely good burger sauce that's guaranteed to turn some heads and smack your taste buds with flavor. Next, we're gonna grab our ground beef. I have here a 1-pound packet, and this is an 80-20 blend, which is very important. That 20% fat is crucial. I'm going to open the packet and rip off about a 1/4 pound patty piece, which is just a 1/4 of this 1-pound packet. Crazy how that math works, but you can also weigh it if you wanna be extra accurate. I'm gonna bring our pieces together into a ball, and then I'm gonna squeeze that ball nice and flat into a burger patty shape, using my thumbs to shape the edges. I'm also going to press the center of our patty as well, so that way it doesn't buckle into a round ball when we're cooking it. Once the patties are formed, we're going to now grab a medium-sized pan, setting it to medium-high heat and squeezing in a little bit of high smoke point oil. I'm using avocado oil. I'm going to hit our burger with a generous amount of salt and pepper, and then I'm going to lay them down and hit the other side with salt and pepper as well. We want to give it a hard sear, and after 2 minutes, flip it, and we're going to lay down a nice piece of cheese on one patty. That other patty is technically for my girlfriend. She wants to make a lettuce wrap. After another 2 minutes of a hard sear, I'm going to check the internal temperature, and the burger is cooked to my liking, around 135. I'm going to grab our bread, which I'm using a potato bun here, and then I'm going to lay down our burger sauce on the bottom piece, followed by our patty, a slice of tomato, red onion sliced as well, and I realized I wanted to put the lettuce on the bottom, so I'll put the lettuce on top with our top bun as well. Now this is your 4th of July burger with homemade burger sauce that tastes insanely good for the very little effort we put into making it. How we cook the burger as well as the burger sauce does most of the heavy lifting, but man, this is a delicious burger that's guaranteed to impress. Next, we're making a fully loaded hot dog, specifically a Chicago style hot dog. We're gonna grab ourselves our hot dog packet. I'm rocking Nathan's here. I'm gonna slice it open and grab our hot dog. This step is optional, but I'm gonna be slicing the hot dog diagonally, and then I'm gonna rotate it and slice it diagonally the other way. This is not needed extra work, but it gives you a cool little accordion pattern that will toast very nicely, very shortly. From here, I'm gonna grab a non-stick pan, setting it to medium-high heat, and we're gonna hit it with some spray oil and throw down our hot dog bun, cut side down. After 2 minutes, I'm gonna flip it, and as you can see, it's looking very beautiful. Those cuts gave it a nice texture. It browned beautifully, and it's gonna translate into a nice crunchy bite. Also, now is the time for you to be immature. That's a beautiful wiener. I'll sear the other side for a minute, and then we're gonna grab ourselves our bread, which is also a potato bun as well, and we're gonna lay down our hot dog in there, followed by a slice of tomato, which I cut in half, a spear of pickle, which I'm using Grillo pickles here, which are my new favorite pickles. They taste absolutely amazing. I'll also throw in a couple gherkin pickles, which are these cute little mini pickles, and if you don't like pickles, well then you definitely should not be be visiting Chicago. I'll squeeze some yellow mustard on it, and please do not put any ketchup on it whatsoever. I promise the people of Chicago will know. I'll finish it off by sprinkling traditionally celery seeds and poppy seeds, but I didn't want to buy those two ingredients for this one recipe, so instead I'm using a sprinkling of sesame seeds. Now this is your Chicago style hot dog, which is personally my favorite kind of hot dog. I feel like just putting ketchup and mustard on a hot dog isn't enough. You need to get all those extra toppings like the pickles and the tomatoes and all that stuff to really bring it together. Oh, and I was supposed to put diced white onion on there as well, but I accidentally got carried away and forgot to put it on, so my bad. Alrighty, now let's get cheesy and make a beautiful mac and cheese for all those kiddos that refuse to eat anything but bread and cheese. I'm gonna grab myself a block of medium cheddar cheese and we're gonna grate it. You'll want 6 ounces of that sweet yellow gold. Next, I'm gonna grab a can of evaporated milk, cracking that sucker open and pouring out 6 ounces worth. Evaporated milk replaces both the heavy cream and the flour, making it significantly less difficult without skipping out on any of the flavor. Lastly, we're gonna grab our cavatappi pasta. 100% did not say that right. But I think this pasta shape is a superior shape of pasta. It beats out macaroni. And we're gonna pour out 6 ounces of it as well. And if you didn't notice yet, each of these ingredients are 6 ounces for this recipe. And here is the measuring cup equivalent in case you need it. This mac and cheese recipe and technique comes from Kenji Lopez, and it's a very simple recipe, but it's super delicious and it skips out all the annoying difficult parts about making a good mac and cheese. Now I'm gonna fill up a pot with some water and I'm gonna bring it up to a boil and toss in our pasta and cook it for 4 minutes or until al dente. Follow your box instructions though, because it could be different. Give your pasta a taste to see if it's al dente and make sure you blow on it and not burn your tongue like I did here. Once it's perfectly cooked, I'm gonna strain the water out, giving us beautifully cooked pasta. And now I'm gonna pour in all of our evaporated milk as well as our medium cheddar cheese. Mix everything together until it's melted and evenly dispersed throughout the whole pasta. You can leave it on the heat for a couple more minutes just to thicken that cheese mixture, and then we're gonna pour it into a bowl, hitting it with a little bit of chopped Italian parsley, and now you have a super simple but still insanely delicious mac and cheese. This thing only has 3 ingredients in it, but the cheese sauce you get is really clean and holds onto the pasta really well. Now before we get into the 4th recipe, do me a favor and please hit the like and subscribe button if you're enjoying this video. I would greatly appreciate your support. Now let's make ourselves some insane buffalo wings that's covered in a delicious buffalo sauce. First, we're gonna grab 1.5 pounds of wings, and I accidentally got the ones that haven't been cut, but that's okay. I'll run my knife through them, separating the drum from the flat, and then I'll also remove the tip from the flat as well. You should have a nice tray of wings, and don't throw away any of those tips. They make for great stock. Just remove those little feathers from them. Now these wings are stunning, but they do need a little seasoning, and I have the perfect blend for them. In a small bowl, we're gonna toss in 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Give it a good mixing, and now we're gonna sprinkle this seasoning all over our wings on both sides of them. Please don't go light. You could hit them with a lot of the seasoning. Once your wings are seasoned up nicely, looking mighty good, we're gonna now grab ourselves our air fryer and set it to 380 degrees. This isn't typical, but I'm preheating our air fryer a little, which will give us a crispier wing in the end. While it preheats, in a small bowl, we're gonna toss in 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and 1 tablespoon of our seasoning mixture. With the whisk it all together, and now we're gonna toss our wings in there, making sure to press the flour up against it so it really adheres to the wing. Dust off any excess, and you should have beautifully covered wings that are ready to be air fried. I'll open up the air fryer door and hit it with a little bit of spray oil, and then I'm gonna put our wings down, hitting it with some spray oil as well before putting them in the air fryer at 380 degrees for 15 15 minutes. In the meantime, we're gonna be making our buffalo sauce. So in a small pot goes 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and then once it's fully melted, we're gonna crush 2 cloves of garlic, letting it toast and become fragrant for just about 30 seconds. Next, we're gonna pour in half a cup of Frank's hot sauce, giving it a nice mixing. And once everything gets to a low simmer, we're gonna throw in 1 teaspoon of cornstarch and we're gonna whisk it all together. We're gonna leave this at a steamy simmer for just about 30 seconds so the cornstarch can activate and thicken our buffalo sauce. After a couple minutes of it off heat, you can see it's thickened nicely and it coats the back of a spoon perfectly. Now our wings have 5 minutes left and I accidentally forgot to flip them, but you should be flipping them and then hitting them with spray oil once more for those last 5 minutes. At the end of the 5 minutes, you can see they are nicely crispied up and they're perfectly cooked. There's a ton of seasoning and flavor on them and there's a nice crunchy shell. I'm gonna toss them into a bowl and then I'm gonna toss our buffalo sauce over top of them, mixing them, making sure to get fully covered. From here, I'll put them on a plate, sprinkle a little bit of Italian parsley, and now this is your 4th of July buffalo wings. They are seasoned thoroughly throughout. There's a nice spicy heat from the buffalo sauce and the wings are crispy on the inside. It's one of the ultimate finger foods that's guaranteed to please your guests, but you know what we could pair it with as well is some nice ranch sauce. There's currently a bunch of articles about World Cup fans taking as much American ranch back home with them, and I have the recipe for you to make it from scratch. In a high-sided container, we're gonna crack in 1 whole egg, toss in 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, as well as 1 clove of garlic, squeeze 1 tablespoon's worth of lemon juice, hit it with a teaspoon of salt, and pour in 1 cup of neutral oil. I'm using avocado oil here. With your immersion blender, you're gonna stick it to the bottom and then blend it, slowly incorporating all the oil and all of our other ingredients. We're turning this into mayo, and the slower you incorporate it, the thicker your mayo will become. Alternatively, you could just use 1 1/4 cup mayo if you don't want to make your own. Once everything is mixed together and fully incorporated, we're going to next toss in half a shallot or 20 grams worth, followed by 1/4 of a cup of buttermilk, 1/4 of a cup of sour cream, 1 teaspoon of granulated onion powder, 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic powder, and 2 small pinches of MSG. Optional, but I like it. We're gonna blend everything together, incorporate it once more, and now we're gonna chop 2 to 3 tablespoons worth of fresh chives, tossing it in there, and we're gonna chop 3 tablespoons worth of fresh dill, mincing it nice and small, and tossing it in our container. And remember that lemon juice we were using earlier? Well, before I cut it in half, I also zested it and I chopped the zesting nice and small. We're gonna toss that zest into our container and now we're gonna mix it all together nice and thoroughly, getting everything evenly dispersed. Now this is your ranch sauce that tastes absolutely insane, but if you wanna make it taste even better, I highly recommend you put it in the fridge overnight to let those flavors develop. I promise you the next day it's gonna taste even better. It's gonna blow your mind. Plus, it's a lot easier to make at home than trying to get it through TSA. Now, if you want some appetizers for your 4th of July celebration, well then check out this video next. They're simple and delicious. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and please hit the like and subscribe button.